Hi, welcome to my tube. I'm Marge, Mahoka, Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and it's early, I feel good, I slept well. Well, I slept. I dreamt I slept. Got a couple of times, but got to see Jupiter and Saturn. They're hanging out in the sky. I think it's Saturn. I saw Jupiter for sure in his cohort right now. I got a really cool app. You should try it sometime. It's called Star Guide. So you just point at the sky and it shows you the constellation. It plays nice background music too. It's nice. So you do that. So I never mind when the dogs get up. I just look at it as divine time, and sometimes I gotta go too. So not usually, but just go out, look at the stars and the activity at that time. It's quite active, and I think maybe it's because of my Scorpio moon. I like the night. I like to see what lurks in the shadows. So I'm very, very aware of the darkness there, and I really want to teach people about energy and darkness, and to maybe, hopefully, heal some shit too along the way. I went down a little ant hole today. Oh, Kijin, thank you for the new subscribers, for sharing me, because more people came to visit. My tube is less tiny. I have a less tiny tube. So I watched one of your talks this morning, or one of your presentations that you put together a couple months ago, because I'm still playing catch up with you. And we are very close in frequency. I wonder when your birthday is. I could guess, but I don't want to be wrong on live. And plus, I haven't seen your face a lot, too. I need to see face and mannerisms, and you've only done one live. I'm looking forward to joining in on more. I know you will. I ain't tripping. So, on one that you did at Stevie Wonder, I was always suspect of that guy, too, but he was so obscure, and when I liked him a lot, I was like 2, 3, and I was going through other shit. So, and then he kind of fell off the radar, but you had mentioned you like Bette Midler, and I think she might have dipped to the dark side. Maybe she'll come back. I don't know. Those that shut all themselves up, But now their kids are coming out, and now we can see. I can tell how people are by the way their kids talk, stuff like that. Kind of like a esoteric Sherlock, psychological Sherlock Holmes kind of. I just put behaviors and patterns together, and lineage and frequency, and I went down a neat little ant hole today because they're far more intricate. Oh wait, did I finish? Are you in his ear? Don't go in his ear. He's loving on his brother. Benny has bummer ears. It's the downside of having long, glorious ears. Sometimes they get. Nope. Okay, now I'm suspect, so now you gotta stop. And then Tucker suckles because he's such a nurturer from the puppy mill that he gets to go, and it's like his pacifier. And then he's like, it puts him in a meditate state, because they all got traumas and stuff. Everybody has traumas. Anyway, so Kajin said that she had liked Bette Midler, and Bette Midler's always been significant to me. That's why I got her t-shirt, because I went to see her in 2015 for her Divine Intervention tour. I thought that was clever. And that was when, like, my pituitary gland freaking split open, and I got actual pictures of it at MRI. I had a headache for 6 days and went into the VA hospital, and they took a CAT scan. I called the triage nurse, and they're like, based on your symptoms, you need to get here now. So I went in, and they're like, your pituitary gland is enlarged. And I was like, oh yeah? They're like, we need you to come back for that was just a CAT scan. We need you to come back for an MRI. Because the imaging, and I worked in radiology at CUMC, so I'm like, okay, I'm talking their jargon. I'm like, well, I'm talking, what are the margins and all that. They're like, what, I thought you were an age mechanic. Yeah, I'm more than that. Anyway, so mine, and then the next time when the MRI came back, it had gone down within regular margins, but the thing of it is like, that was a very significant point. Anyway, so spirituality is physical as much as it is spiritual. I mean, it's mind, body, and spirit merging. That's why in my description, this is my description that I wrote in my description box for my channel. People, it's on Facebook too, because I have third eye activated, a page on Facebook. I just hate Facebook, and I don't do twatter. I'm not a twatter. It's just, for a Heyoka empath, those are not good places for me to go, because my ego, I lash out, and I gotta be a person of the light, not of the dark. So I'm trying to think where my photos are here. Photos. I'm so excited for my premiere of my astrology report from the Peace Dealer tomorrow. Astrology report for Heyoka. That's me. I'm so excited. So, my page description says, spirituality and spectrum merge with Marge, page aim, : I could do the whole dictation thing. I used to love that. Here, listening to the radiologist dictate. One of them, he was so straight edge. Dude didn't have a personality at all. I'm like, you should go into a restaurant and order like that. He was like, it just went right over his head. I just said, all right, later, dude. In my green polyester pants. Such a dork, man. It's amazing I lived this long. Okay, spirituality and spectrum merge with Marge, page aim. Raise your vibration, ! Question mark, same dot. It looks like a heart to me. Of course, freaking timeout. I believe spectrometers are part of the human race, slow to a stroll, to create things, to raise the vibration of others. Scientists to make life simpler, so that the plastics can complicate it. Artists to mix emotions like paint on a palette. Musicians to concoct harmonies that play my pineal gland like a harp, and a cathedral organ that blows bubbles. Those that do not have much to say, they haven't found their audience yet. That's my page description. Spirituality and spectrum merge with Marge. Because us extra sensitive types, we're just tuning into shit, all that real dialogue that people are thinking and feeling, but not saying. People lie, energy don't. I've been picking up on energy my whole life. I invite people to look at their birth chart. Go to one of those birth chart places and put in your stats and birth time if you know it. And if you don't, your parents are around or you got your birth certificate, really, really try and find out that birth time. It is very significant. There are practitioners that can narrow it down, I do believe. I think Gregory Scott is one of them. I think Rick might be one of them, ROK. They're narrow downers. I don't know. I'm not. I got too many things on my mind. I can't focus on just one. So, what time? Speaking of, what time is it? Mom just got up and around. She's so cute. She's like a little kid, just like pillow face, just not in her soul sack all the way. Just like, I try and be quiet and stuff for her so she can wake up, because I have a lot of energy, and I can be like, boo, and it just makes her vibrate. So I just give her some time to wake up and settle into her body and stuff. She's Sagittarius sun right now, so she's feeling pretty good about life. So go check out your own birth stats. And then I was going down the ant hole of like things that happen on the day that I was born. Okay, and go look at your latitude and longitude and where you've traveled on the earth, latitude and longitudinally. And then check that out. And then so some of the things that have happened in history on the day that I was born, April 9th. I was born April 9th, 1974. Same day as Jenna Jameson. I left her a message. I put a post on Insta snap for her, because we are born on the same day, and our storylines are very congruent. And then look at the people, like notice, like, if you're on Facebook, the people whose birthdays are on this day. We're just all aspects of like one being. We're just like a perspective of it. Like, you look at a disco ball, we're just one perspective looking at that, and how we reflect at that, it comes back at us. And if we put an ugly face on that reflection, we're gonna get ugly back. And if we put a pretty smiley face on that, but not so much that you're making it ugly because you're spending tens of... What is up with all the I hate plastic surgery. Nip Tuck, that show, I started watching it again because I used to watch it first time around, and it's this storylines are very relevant today. I mean, just to see how far people go for shallow vein things. I mean, Keegan talks about I've seen the... I don't like Ellen. I haven't for years and years. We've fallen out of alignment because she fell into her ego. We ain't in alignment at all. So I hope oh gosh. Anyway. But she's also Aquarius. So if you know the astrology of her too, that you'll understand her ego is freaking splintering right now. Because she has to be a dick to people. It makes her feel better for her stepdad raping, doing whatever when she was 15, for all the shit that happened when, that's what these cretins are doing now, is that they act out based on the mentality of when they were disheveled younger. So she still acts like a 15-year-old. Look at her. She's just in a 62-year-old woman body. People get stuck in a mindset, and they keep trying to create a world that is comfortable and safe for them, but that ain't how it is. That's why you gotta meditate, get quiet, eat right, and get the peace within. Because you ain't nothing out in the world. It's all calamity out in the world. So some of the shit that happened on my birthday. And this is from TakeMeBack2.com. Do I have to go through all this? Human-computer interface is a nightmare. As an IT professional, it amuses me, the faith that people have in technology. It amuses me. I laugh at people when they think that technology is... because it's just so convolutedly, incestuously knotted in code and lazy fucking lonely men. And women. There's more and more women in IT, but okay. Now I have to go through all this again. I was just here. I hate the gremlins, as Dolores Cannon calls it. See, I'm trying to look at it on my phone because I don't want the... Alright, talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go back over here. I'll just go over here and then blast my face with light from the light. Oh, I could do this. No, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright, yeah. This song in my ear just came on. Uh-huh. I've been crying so long. What is this song? Good to Be Alive, Andy Grammer, Hallelujah. That's a good jam. I'm such a cheesy nut. I'm such a cheesy cheeserton. Okay, so I'm gonna get frustrated. Pick a day. Go all the way back through the daisy chain that I already did twice. This is why I get frustrated and I will never get a W-2 again, because interface is so shit. And I don't have a mouse. Things would be a lot... I should just get a mouse. My bitches and gripes complaints would reduce so substantially if I just got a mouse. But also, I have a very old system. And I don't want to do what it takes to make it faster. I just don't have the patience to tolerate the lack of robustness, you know. And more resources on your system require, like, I don't like all that flash shit. I don't want automatic play. I don't want all that stuff. And where's the world for people like me that don't want all that extra ads and shit? I don't want all that. I just want to read the story that I'm looking at without stuff popping up. Okay, famous people. Jetta Jameson, Alexander Pinkushkin. That dude's freaking nuts. And you know, the thing is, people born the same day kind of look alike and resemble like each other too. It's trippy. But it's part of that astrological thing. The whole, you can also look at April 9 across the year. Okay, so I invite people to do this on your birthday too. So go down, that's why I called this talk what I called it, is to go down in your own his or her history and go do and look at what your vibration has been through and what you were born to on the same day cycle that happens every day. So every day this karma is being revisited on your date of birth. Tracking? Okay, so mine starts on 1909. My grandma was born on 1919. So 1909, the U.S. Congress passes the Payne-Aldrich Tariff Act. That in itself is fucking a shitty day to be born on. That in itself. I'm just going to skim because I ain't going to go through all these years. Because I don't care about like soccer and the freaking Babe Ruth getting rushed to the hospital and fucking shit like that. Okay, World, the Flesh and the Devil, first color film shown in London. That's pretty cool. The Titanic leaves Queenstown, Ireland for New York. Well, we all know how that ended up. Germany, in 1940, Germany invades Norway and Denmark during World War II. That fucking sucks. Denmark surrenders. They didn't see all that shit. Didn't ever have to happen. It's just bullies being bullies, swinging dicks being swinging dicks. And guess what? 2020 year clear vision's still happening. Then all this shit to suck in resources. PGA establishes a Golf Hall of Fame. Okay, and then look how much money they purge into that system today. It's just disgusting. And how many people living on the streets. It's just, things have gotten terribly imbalanced. And the thing of, okay, let's fourth Tony Award cocktail party in South Pacific win. That's cool. I like, and that was the year my mom was born, 1950. Lot of stuff. 1963, Winston Churchill becomes first honorary U.S. citizen posthumously. Okay, that's funny to me because they just said, hey dude, we like what you're about, come be a part of us, and now they want to put up walls and shit. That's contrary. All the walls is about is perpetuating the business for the materials to build the wall. They ain't gonna stop they ain't gonna stop. It's migration of people. That's natural. That's universal law. People are intended to migrate all the way from South America up to Canada. We are impeding the progress of universal law, and now the karma is being paid for that, and people are starting to figure it out, and I ain't tripping. The Beatles' Ticket to Ride is released in the UK in 1965, which is kind of a bummer because in 1970, Paul McCartney announces the official split of the Beatles on that very same day. I wonder what his sign are. You know what? We crossed paths because he went to an ice cream shop. He was hanging out with his buddy Warren Buffett, and a kid got an ussy of he and Warren on a bench outside Ted and Wally's. I think it was. Was that? No. It was the something creamery on the bench out front in Dundee, around the corner from the falafel house. And So, because Omaha, so a lot of famous people go into Omaha. I've crossed paths with a lot of famous people. Sugar opens at the Majestic Theater NYC for 506 performances. I love performance art. I love it all. I love it all, except when they get freaking in their ego and start drinking freaking people's blood and putting baby foreskin into their face and freaking killing, just all that stuff that they don't care about human life. All that stuff. You don't care about human life, I don't care about you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, but you ain't on my frequency. You ain't in my earth. 1975 or 1979, 51st Academy Awards, Deer Hunter, John Voight, and Jane Fonda win. See, now I gotta go down the ant hole of the nastiness of the Academy Awards. All the seediness of that, but I ain't up for it today. What else? Dallas announces it will revive killed Bobby Ewing character. That was stupid. My grandpa used to watch that. But he's a Leo, so he's into all that famey, flashy stuff. He's a good man. We just like different things. So yeah, I invite people to go down their own. 2003. I think this is the birthday I spent actually in Crete, on the island of Crete during Operation Iraqi bullshit. So in 2003, or maybe I was back. I can't remember. It's a little blurry. I got to think about it and look at look at calendars and stuff. 2003 invasion of Iraqi bullshit. Baghdad falls to American forces. Saddam Hussein, statue toppies as the Iraqis turn on symbols of their former leader. Blah blah blah. That was I ain't there. 2005. Wedding of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Camilla. Ew. His anniversary to her. I could have gone all day without knowing that, dude. That's the guy that says, I wish I was a tampon, your tampon. He's a fucking creep, dude. Those freaking royalty are just weird. They're just weird. I ain't even going into it. People that are so that privileged, dude. One of the best things my parents ever did for me is not doing a fucking thing for me. You know, I'm so excited about the premiere of my talk, of my birth chart, and who I'm trying to represent from the Peace Dealer tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I'm going to have to eat extra cookies to sleep tonight. I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to put it on my Facebook page, the link to the premiere. Maybe I'll put it in the description box here. Ooh, I could put it in right now, huh? I could do that right now. I could do that. Where is it? Where did it? I'll just put it in here right now. I'll just do that. How about I do that? Ooh, people are hanging out. That's cool. I'm just talking to myself. I don't even know. I know there's people in the chat. I'm trying not to distract myself right now. Shit. There it is. Hey, look, it's me. I'm live. Go down in her story. 6 people watching. Welcome to my tube. My tiny little tube. I'm Marge. I'm a Hale empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Where is it? There it is. I gotta go into it. Why don't they have share link here? Here it is. All the way in here. Human computer interface. Too many clicks to get there, people. Too many clicks to get there. There used to be songs. How many licks would it take to get to the center of those lollipops? And then there's another dirty song by Little Kim that I like that I'm not going to say right now. Are you serious? You didn't pick up my copy? Oh my god. Share. Always do the shortcut one. Get the grab. Get the grab. Bastards. I'll do it. If it takes all day, I'll do it. I'm patient. There. That is to the premiere of my talk tomorrow. You know, it's funny. I love when people talk about Groundhog Day because with Mom's schedule and her pattern, she literally can live every day. And so I have lived her every day for 3 years while creating a reality that every day is completely different for me. Otherwise, I will frickin' fall into an egomaniacal mire and just probably end up being found in the creek while trying to go down to get toilet water in a drunken stupor and then bash my head, you know. Something stupid like that. And my astrology. Hi, DDK. Welcome. And my astrology aligns that for 2. So for my astrology talk that Michael, the Peace Dealer, talks about that premieres tomorrow, see, I just always thought I was an asshole. You know, but I always understood my heart space, that where I was coming from, because I know my perspective, but in every situation, I'm the dick. But I'm always for the underdog. So I always stick up for the I don't care how big the bully is. I've stood up to some very, 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 very big men. And some of them are just so dumbfounded that they can't believe that this little tiny female is talking to him that way. And the thing of it is I'm so tiny, I'll fucking punch them in their fucking junk and drop them to their knees. You know, all they got to do is take that first swing. Because I don't take the first swing. I don't hurt people. I am of peace. I am of love. I will fucking defend myself into the death. I will not take the first swing. To this date, my record is in good standing. I never have. I never put my hand on a person out of anger, except unless it was self-defense. I was threatened. You know? And I've been beaten. People think it's funny and fun to play beat up, play fights. It's not. When you realize the fragility of the human skull and how bones easy they break with just not much force and just crazy things that just we are just supposed to keep from harm. Not go out into it, and people are going out into it because they are so scared inside. They are so disheveled because they never had anybody to teach them that it was okay. And to tell them it was okay. And I'm here to teach and help tell people under the most insurmountable circumstances, you can be okay. My whole life, I was in tears listening to the talk. I heard the talk already. I'm trying not to disclose too much of it because I want to share it with as many people that will be willing to share. But one of the burdens that were lifted is I thought all these bad things happened to me. And what he said in a very cavalier, nonchalant way, because he's that gifted, that he eased my pain just like that by saying, no, the shit that happened, that people do to you, it's their karma. So that's why I've held that heart space, and I never, ever consider myself a victim under any circumstance. So any clown, any punk bitch that comes at me, or if anybody feels like this, that comes at you with you sound like a victim, just turn around and walk away. They ain't narcissists. You ain't at the same frequency. You're just gonna, use your energy out into the cosmos. Anyone that says that. Anyone. Because I am one of those people that was raped as a 10-month-old baby. I am one of those people that witnessed the catastrophe, the account of sexual abuse of my mother, and the accounts of and all these people. I've seen it. I've seen the grossness, and then I was in the military and I saw the grossness, and then I was in IT and I saw the grossness because I saw their search history, and they're all VPs and they're all VIP, and they're all the presidents, and they're all dirty, and I hated touching all of their keyboards because they're filthy. And they all wore fucking multi-$1,000 suits. You know, they're all the really important people. Because I worked for a lot of really important people. I've talked, you know, some of the biggest companies in the world. I was their IT department. I had to re-image because they got more fucking viruses on it because they were going to places they shouldn't have been going. And I kept telling you, and this guy's he's in sales. And they live remotely. And I just have collected data on the creeps my whole life. See? Because people underestimate me. They always underestimated me. But it's been to my advantage, too. Because I kind of been champagne in the VIP room at the same time. But I never delved into my ego that bad because I'm a woman, so I always been real respectful of women. So I've been to plenty of strip. I love watching women dance. Women dancing is freaking. I love it, and I love seeing couples there and stuff. I mean, I love watching women's exotic dancing. I love it, and it's when people make it pervy, it pisses me off. I've even gotten kicked 86 out of dance clubs in Sacramento for getting up and wanting to dance with them. Not touching them. I know you don't no, I respect, you know, you don't touch them. But, so, I'm going to do a talk after the premiere and then affirm what the Peace Dealer says. Is what I think I'll do. And I'll be in the chat, too. It'll be fun. I'm getting long on time. Mom's up and around, and I'm trying to see how... Yep, it's about that time. So, I thank you for tuning in. Go down and see what happened in your day in history, and see who you're like, and see the shadow parts in yourself, and recognize the shadow parts in yourself. And if you have those shadow parts in yourself, see, that's all happened to Ellen and all these other people, is at some point, somebody had a breaking point. At some point, somebody had a breaking point, and then they turned to the dark side. Because it was just easier to cover up. Dude, it gives me the creeps to hear that freaking... I can't hardly watch... I watch Psychic Kids on Hulu. And I watched an episode last night that there was a demon in the house. And watching these people be in the presence of this demon, the mentors, and how they're reacting to that energy... That is about how I feel watching and listening to that Tegan bitch, that no vibe. She is gonna... The bad guys always go out the worst way. In all the movies, they always have the worst death. Think about that when you're mourning the helicopter crashes, you know? I mean, you think they always go out... It's always... See, because I know my shadow. That's what I contend with every day. Is my shadow. I know how easy it is to make all the money and all that stuff, but if I just stay on course and live from my heart, I sleep a lot better at night, and it's going to be hard to sleep at night. That's all I got for